Hello, my name is Ghanim. I'm 28 years old. I am an engineer by profession, but at the same time, I started my own businesses. So my journey have started 8 years ago when I became vegan. I became more conscious about the environment, the health of our communities, and of course the overall well-being of our bodies. So I became so passionate that I wanted to educate people. I wanted to share my message with more people, give people access to healthier food and more readily available vegan food. So with that being said, I've opened my own businesses. I've started the whole journey of trying to change the community and the health scene here in Qatar. And I want you to learn more about that. So please follow me to my office and we can talk a little bit further about my businesses. So as a young entrepreneur, I faced a lot of issues and a lot of challenges that have sculpted me to become who I am today. I think there's a lot of stuff that people don't know and don't see behind the scenes that we have to go through to create our own businesses and to try to make it in this market. Creating a business that doesn't exist in the country and creating a business that doesn't have a market is quite challenging, but I think with being passionate and having the belief in creating such difference in the market have given me a lot of effort, a lot of energy and a lot of confidence to do what I was doing. I also think the support of so many people, the support of the community, the support of the government sector and everyone around me in terms of my friends and my family have definitely shaped up my journey to where I am today. So as I said before, so I've started my journey around 2013, 2014. That my journey has started when I became vegan. That was more of a personal transformation. I became vegan because I read about it, I educated myself about that kind of diet. And being vegan, of course, is about following a certain diet, a certain lifestyle, which have led me to find a gap in our market, led me also to find that there's so many people that are vegans or following a certain diet or want to avoid eating meat to be able to have something to not just to eat but also to use and to bring it into their own lives. So I think 8 years ago I've read a book called The Beauty Detox by Kimberly Snyder. I actually was in the US at that time watching a show called Good Morning America. She came in on that show and she was talking a little bit about how food changed the way she looked, how food changed the way she feel, and how food have certain powers to make you feel a different way. And at that time I didn't believe that, because for me food was just more of a thing you eat so you don't die. So I believe when I bought that book and I started implementing that diet on myself, I started feeling the difference. I felt better, I felt more energetic, I started feeling a little bit lighter, I had more energy during the day. So I felt all these amazing positive results, which have then led me to kind of think, why no one else is doing it? Why no one is talking about this? Why people are not focusing on what they are eating? And I think from that point, I started traveling around the world. I've traveled to almost 35 countries in 2 years. That for me was not just because I wanted to travel, that was for me trying to answer some deep questions that I have. And those questions have become a bit more something that I was really not happy and comfortable about, is because I was waking up every day thinking what I was doing is wrong. And being vegan in a community in Doha is kind of challenging in the beginning because no one believes in that kind of approach. So I had to go and find answers, and I had to visit many countries. I've had to talk to so many people in these countries. So let's say I've been to Jordan, I've been to Morocco, I've been to Beijing, Singapore. I've met a lot of people who've been living on a vegan diet in the suburbs of the countries, of course. And when you talk to them, and of course when you get to ask them the question why you became vegan or why you're not eating meat or chicken or fish or animal products, for me that was kind of really an eye-opening experience, because I've got the chance to see other people that are following the same diet, and benefiting from it. So then I came back to Doha and I said I want to share this knowledge with so many people. I want everybody to know about it. I want my community to know that there is a diet out there that if you followed, it would help them to be better, to help them be healthier. I felt more responsible to do that, which then have led me to kind of be more vocal about it, and I became more out. I was very vocal in terms of what I was saying to people, and I was a little bit excited in the beginning to kind of tell people about my journey, about what I feel and what I have experienced. And I think from that point, I found out that there is no. People were coming to me saying, "Okay, you're telling us go vegan or eat more plants or eat more fruits and vegetables, or let's not eat meat and chicken and fish. But how can we do it? And tell us how can we be part of such initiative and movement?" And at that time I was thinking, like, how can I teach all these people? How can I make all these people believe that this is of course a doable diet, but at the same time something that they can actually feel the benefit of? And I think the only idea that came to me is that I need to do a restaurant. I need to do a space where people can come, experience the food, experience the whole I would say ambience of being in an eco-friendly space, in a space that thinks about sustainability, about cruelty-free, about all of the elements that made me go vegan. Because going vegan wasn't just because I want to go vegan because I felt better. I think going vegan was a broader, decision that I made to help not just the environment, but also the animals and so on. And I think I wanted to create a space where we can manifest such ideas. And I didn't know there was actually a market for it. However, I knew that I needed to create a space to prove to people, to show people that there is a possibility for them to find a space that they can, relate to, and they can find like-minded people around. And I think this is something that I was very passionate to do. So I think with that, I think Evergreen came as our first vegan concept back in 2016. But I've started Evergreen when I was so a year and a half before that. But I think where Evergreen have started is it became as the beginning of my journey. Evergreen, yes, was the first vegan restaurant. It did disrupt the market in Doha. It made a huge impact in people's eating behaviors, and it of course contributed in educating a community of health conscious people. It was the start of awareness in terms of plant-based foods, and we were the initiator of that kind of movement. I think with Evergreen have started, and then everything we've developed after that became kind of a necessity to fill in a gap, because we had a huge gap in the market in terms of all the services and businesses that I've created. And every business that I create, I don't create because I think it's a money maker, or it's a business that's going to create profit. Because if that was the reason, I wouldn't start a vegan concept in Qatar. The reason that I've started this is because I want to reach more people. I want more people to feel the thing that I felt. I want people to be to have access to healthy food that is nourishing and fresh and real and honest. And I think we didn't have such thing before that. And I wanted to change the way people see food. I want people to appreciate fruits and vegetables. I want people to appreciate healthy food and not look down to it. And in the beginning, I've had to go to schools to educate them. I've had to go do a lot of lectures and a lot of public speaking events to just convey my message really well. And I had to do a lot of research myself to be able to send the proper message to my community and be able to be a role model, of course, in what I was speaking about. And being vegan now for 8 years has been a very amazing experience, because I've managed to not just change a community, but also change the business approach in every aspect of it. So a lot of businesses today are focusing on health food, focusing on increasing their fruits and vegetables portions of their menus. Same thing about sustainability. A lot of people are now focusing on having a lot of eco-friendly packaging and eco-friendly sources of products. And I think this didn't exist, I would say 4 years ago before Evergreen. That's where I guess the whole story have started. And with that, I've opened 7 more companies that are all under one umbrella, which is health, consciousness, vegan, sustainable, eco-friendly. And at the same time, it's something that I'm really, every time I've started a company, it started because there was a gap in the market. So the companies that I've started, Evergreen was the first one. And then from Evergreen, I've started my skincare line called Botany. Then we had Paper Cut Factory, which is an eco-friendly packaging factory. Then we had Green and Go, which is a vegan grab and go concept. After that, I have started Inbat Holdings, which is a vegan investment company where we run concepts and amazing ideas that are all sustainable and vegan and healthy. And then I've started also my Botany Lab, which is a spa that's focused and dedicated only for the skin and for the health of the skin, where we're gonna provide services to people to enhance their natural beauty, of course, from within to the outside. I'm also very excited about my latest project called 30, which is opening at the National Museum of Qatar in the next few months. I'm excited because I'm going to have the chance to share my message about health and well-being to a bigger audience and reach a different demographic. My advice to all the entrepreneurs out there is to focus on creating change in the community. I think every time you start thinking about introducing a new concept or a new business into this market, start thinking what this business will do to the community. So is that business going to help the people become healthier? Is that business going to become, is going to make the environment more sustainable? And would it hurt any creatures around that business? I think if you can manage to hit all these 3 targets, that would be amazing, because then you will be able to create a business that has more potential in terms of hitting a new market, which is the market of health and wellness and consciousness. I believe every business should have those targets in its values, because if you have those targets, you would be able to meet the new standards. The new standards in any business today is to be a healthy business, is to make people feel better and healthier and happier. And I think this is the goal, this is the vision. I think this is where the world is going. I think you should be also focusing on that. So every time, even if you start a business that doesn't relate to health, it should not make people feel less healthier than where they were. I think you should always think of how to take people from a different state of mind, from a state of mind to a different state of mind. And I think that's what I focus in my businesses, and I think everybody else out there in the community should focus on and should be able to inspire people to be a better version of themselves than they were the day before. I think also one of the biggest challenges you get when you have when you create a business that's a bit different and a bit unique is that you have to convince and educate the community, and you have to create awareness. And I think by creating awareness takes time, and it takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of energy. But when you do it, and when you do it the right way, and if you are of course convinced and you believe in your concept, you will get there. I think that's exactly how I got there, is because I've believed in what I was doing. I made sure that I follow the diet that I was preaching about. And I think this is something that a lot of people, let's say, don't do when they do business, because they focus on the money aspect. I think try to focus more on the real value of the business that you're adding into this market. And when you do that, the challenges will be, yes, there will be challenges. Yes, there will be a lot of stuff that you need to be overcoming. However, I think when you have passion and when you are believing in your concept, these challenges will be a piece of cake. One of my core beliefs is to continue sharing the message. I want everyone else out there to be able to take my message and take whatever knowledge I've gained and take that and build on it. I want you to be successful, open businesses, create change, create impact, make the community a healthier place for all of us. Thank you, Brain Trust, for trusting me and giving me this platform. I'm very happy to be able to share my message and be able to inspire a bigger audience. Well, have a lovely day, and I wish you all the luck and health.